rally the people to the stairs. People wanna know who we are. On this glorious Monday, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Kristen Hardy. I'm a proud member of SEIU Local 10 to 1, and I serve as the Regional Vice President of San Francisco. Our union members work in various programs providing resources, services for employment, gender-specific programs, substance abuse prevention programs, outpatient treatment services, culturally sensitive services, and a vast array of others. And we also serve numerous of people from different backgrounds, religions, ethnicities. Tenants, families living in poverty, long residing undocumented immigrants and families, youth, victims of violent crimes, asylum seekers, and detained individuals in removal proceedings. To make San Francisco a living city, we need to pay our frontline nonprofit workers a living wage. Oh yeah! We want to thank all our allies on the Board of Supervisors and in the Mayor's office for working with us to invest in the programs and services that our nonprofit workers provide on a daily basis. And we can't fight a righteous battle and lift San Franciscans out of homelessness, addiction, and despair without the frontline troops to do it. All these people standing right here on these stairs, these are the workers that's been supporting and keeping San Francisco running. And I just want to thank all you guys for being out there and doing what you do. So with that being said, I want to introduce our president of 10 to 1, Ms. Teresa Rutherford.
Thank you, Kristen. Good morning. Well, it's afternoon now. Good afternoon, brothers and sisters, siblings. Good afternoon. When we fight, when we fight, all right. So, first of all, I want to thank every worker who is here. As Vice President Kristen Hardy said, you know, these are the workers who make San Francisco move. Every one of you make a difference in San Francisco. San Francisco has issues with, you know, a homeless population who's trying to get themselves established, who's trying to get mental health support, who's trying to get services. This is important to the mayor. This is important to San Francisco. This is important for us as a union from a social justice standpoint. And if we are going to do that, then we must invest in these services. We must make sure that all workers are treated with respect, that all workers are able to come to work without doing two jobs. One job is enough. One job is enough. One job is enough. Right? And he said one job is enough, but it's not enough right now because most of you are not being paid a living wage. Most of you are not able to live in San Francisco or live near San Francisco. So there's commute. There's the struggle of taking care of the people that you serve and also taking care of your family at the same time. So we want to bridge that gap. We want to make that difference. And so we're here to say to San Francisco, say to the mayor, say to the Board of Supervisors, let's invest in these services and let's invest in the workers who provide these services and who put themselves on the line every day to make sure that San Francisco is kept safe and that those services are delivered and that the patients and that the residents of And so let's push, let's demand that the city of San Francisco treat us as workers with the respect we deserve so that we are able to also deliver the services. And so with that, I just want to encourage us to continue the fight. I want to thank you all for being here and to say you are the ones who make San Francisco grow. Without you, San Francisco doesn't exist. So let's continue to fight, let's own our space, and let's continue to deliver the excellent service we do every day. And let's ask our mayor, who is also invested in this and who has indicated that she is invested in making sure that the best and the highest service is delivered to our residents in San Francisco. Well, let's encourage her to support us so we can do it. And I want to thank Connie Chang and I want to thank Raphael Mendelman for also supporting us. And let's continue to work with them. SEIU is willing to work with with our politicians to achieve the highest good for our community, which is take care of our workers, take care of our communities. When we fight, we fight, and we will win. Thank you, brothers and sisters.
Thank you. I first actually want to thank everybody here. You have been the backbone of San Francisco values. You help us and you show us that you've been essential, especially during the last few years during the pandemic. You were there for all of us, day in and day out, providing essential services so that San Franciscans can be sheltered, can actually have services to nurture themselves, not just their body, but also their minds. For that, I am so grateful and thank you for all of you. And let's give yourself an applause. And with that said, I was here last time when we had this rallies on the city steps of City Hall. The commitment that we made to you then was that we, as members of the Board of Supervisors, and I, as your budget chair, that will work collegially with the mayor and her team to help to actually make sure that all the workers will be paid with dignity, with integrity. And so this is what we're doing, and we're almost there. We're almost there, and we will continue this fight, and we will continue to make progress so that all of us together can live up to the promise that San Francisco made to all its residents and all the people that live here, that we can be here. Everyone can thrive and live here, both the people who need the services, but also the people that provide that services, which is all of you, especially all of you. So for that, I'm grateful, and let's keep up with that fight. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you everybody who's spoken already. My name's Ian. I'm a counselor at a residential program, Local House at Progress Foundation, and we're out here serving folks with serious mental health concerns, many of whom also struggle with substance use, among other issues. And I don't know about you, but I love the work that I do. And I believe in the power of the work that I do, the power of treatment. I've seen clients from our program learn how to live with dignity, more respect, more support. I've seen them find stable housing. We connect them to that housing, to providers, gain freedom from cycles of addiction, homelessness, incarceration. But I've also seen too many clients slip through the cracks already and not get the support they deserve. And part of that is because of the constant churn and burnout and turnover and short staffing that's created when those of us who are asked to help are asked to do so for less than a dignified wage. So I want to hear from you out there. Do you get in this work to help people? And do you work hard to help people? Sometimes 12.5-hour shifts, overnights. Are you there for your clients when they're in need? When they're in crisis, when they're craving? Do you shy away from that challenge? Or do you step up? But let me ask you, do you feel valued? No. How are you feeling? How's the rent feel right now? Huh? Car repair bill, or maybe that muni ticket that our clients know about when your Clipper card just ran out and Should you feel guilty for maybe wanting to take out once or twice a week? Right? And can we even start to talk about saving up for a home, a future, a family? It's about time. And so what we're asking for, $25 an hour, is a bare minimum. We love the work that we do, but we can't live on less. You know, we can't live on, thank you for doing work. You know, that's nice, but it doesn't pay the bills, right? So to the politicians of City Hall, the voters of San Francisco, the next time you say, the city is in crisis, what the hell do we do? Don't pretend like there's no answers. Don't bury your head in your hands, right? When you marginalize crisis workers, you marginalize those in crisis, right? Crisis. So thank you, 1021. Keep fighting. When we fight, we win. When we fight, we win. When we fight, we win.
Repeat after me. People on the private
Thank you. My name is James Valentine Letters. I am a case manager worker at Parker Street Youth Services. I am a member of the Sister Warrior Freedom Coalition, an activist, and I'm head member of the SEIU Local 1021. We don't just service young people, we community frontline workers with lived experiences connect with these young people. We foster intentional engagement practices when we connect with these young folks who are navigating the streets and surviving. We community frontline workers have lost young people to these streets and the system. We community frontline workers care that we cannot afford any more burnouts. We too matter, and our help includes economic investment. I am here to stand in solidarity with you all as a frontline worker to demand increased poverty wages. We do more than we should. It is more than a job to us. We believe all young people deserve to have us adults at our best. San Francisco cannot provide high-quality services with nonprofits that contact us, experience difficulty in hiring and retaining staff when we can't recruit and retain staff. We cannot adequately combat homelessness, mental health, and substance use because of the turnover and the vacancy rates. We are often doing the job of 2 to 3 people. We nonprofit workers are on the front lines of our community, serving the most vulnerable San Franciscans. We are responsible for combating homelessness, mental health, and caring for seniors and people with disabilities in San Francisco. People on the profits. Increase money wages. We did not get into this line of work to get rich. We got into this line of work because we care and we give a damn. We are the frontline desk clerks, janitors, care workers, case managers, child care workers, kitchen workers, outreach staff. We are the first point of contact when our vulnerable community members come to asking for help. I am here to let you know that it is time to stop driving for our community struggles and start to fund the gifts and talents of our community with help. People over profit. People over profit. Increase poverty wages. We are underpaid. We are underpaid. Let's stay safe. It's true. And we are tired of begging. We demand higher wages. Low wages in nonprofit positions lead to burnout among workers, and they end up quitting. This creates a roadblock in our ability to do our work on the front line. That is why we are calling on the city and county of San Francisco to raise the wage to a higher standard of living. San Francisco can afford to raise our wages. San Francisco is the most richest city. There's no excuses. A lot of us are coming from traveling before. We're coming from Sacramento, Vacaville, Stockton, Vallejo, San Jose. Think about our car, our tickets. There's no parking space for us. sorry. And keep on going. Real answers are needed now to fully start mobilizing private positions that can respond to the crisis of homelessness, serious mental illnesses, and substance use. People for profit! People for profit! Increase poverty wages! Increase poverty wages! Thank you.
I want to say thank you, Supervisor Clan for your time. I know you're very busy, particularly this month. And so let's just get to it, right?
Sounds good.
Yeah, so as I know you're currently the budget chair, so can you explain exactly what is your role as the budget chairperson, and what is it that you're focusing on right now that's going to affect the city of San Francisco?
Yeah, so as a member of the San Francisco Board of Supervisors and now like the Budget Committee Chair, my role is really to comb through the mayor's proposed budget, which she just did on May 31st of this month. Well, actually, I should say that she just did on June 1st, which is the first of this month. And with that, now we're going through what she has proposed and trying to understand. As you know, the city is facing about a $780 million budget deficit in both in this and next fiscal year in total. And so what we need to see is how the mayor actually balanced her budget. It looks like she has a lot of reduction throughout different type of city services. And so my job is to figure out a balanced approach to how to probably add back some funding for some reduced programming, but also to kind of figure out, are there other wasteful spending that we can actually cut back?
Okay, and so in what ways would the budget cuts affect everyday citizens of San Francisco?
Well, what it is though, like as the proposed budget clearly is really about how do we serve San Franciscans, what kind of services that can be provided. With the reduction or elimination of our programming, then certain constituency or certain groups will no longer receive programs and services when that happens. So again, that is about really who gets to be served by city services and who actually end up being left out. And that is what the budget process is about. And we really want to evaluate and look at, is our most vulnerable and those actually in need of city services the most will be left behind, or can we actually make sure that they are going to be served?
And what action do you think need to be taken to execute the less harmful budget cuts?
Well, look, I think that it's really an unprecedented time because of the pandemic. In the last few years, we have faced a really, again, an unprecedented public health crisis. And as we're emerging from it, we really need to make sure that working families can continue to stay in San Francisco. And that's what we're seeing right now, that how this budget would impact our middle and low income working families. And we want to make sure that those city services will continue on to provide them to them, and so that they actually could recover from the pandemic. Because we always know that there are people who have means, already have means. There's a really good analogy about this pandemic and about budget and economy, is that we've all been through a storm together. Imagine pandemic as a storm, but everyone has different ship and boat. Someone is on luxury yacht, and some of us are on a little tiny kayak and trying to survive. And I think that is really the way I view this budget. How do we make sure that people are just barely holding on with their little kayak can actually hold on and take roots in San Francisco and actually thrive as we move forward?
And because San Francisco is a diverse city, there's different districts. You have the Mission, you have Chinatown.
Yeah.
We're all have our specific specifications of needs and then worry regarding potential budget cuts that could affect them. But what motivates you to want to work on these problems?
Well, I came to San Francisco's Chinatown when I was 13 years old with my single mom and my younger brother. And I grew up in one-bedroom apartments with them. Very fortunate that is rent-control apartment, and that's how I grew up. And my mom didn't speak a word of English, and actually took classes at City College of San Francisco, computer and English classes, and that's how she landed her first gig at Chinese Hospital. I went to Galileo High School, again, within Chinatown, just a very limited income with my family, but here I am today as an elected official serving San Franciscans, and that is what motivates me to think about families like mine can actually stay in San Francisco, be it immigrants and new immigrants or those have been here in generations, but still working families. I really want to make sure that they too and their next generation can continue to live in San Francisco.
Are there any areas of the budget you think deserves more or less funding than others?
I think that this budget, because of the budget deficits, unfortunately, you're going to see really every city departments, every city programming and services will have to be re-examined and really figure out a way to balance it out. And I think that what is most critical at this moment is that first and foremost, are all the money that we're spending are efficient and they actually deliver the results that we want to see. And the results that I think we all collectively want to see is to make sure that we have core city services delivered. We want to make sure that people are sheltered and fed, and that we keep our city together, and that we can actually have a healthy local economy that is a ecosystem that benefits workers and small businesses, and continue to make sure that everyone can build this economy together, and again, no one should be left behind.
And well, I know you're going right through it, but you're going through it right now. How difficult has it been, has creating a proper budget for you?
It's very difficult when money is not there. It's just this year alone, we're facing $290 million budget deficit. So it's a challenge to balance that out. And again, we also see that the next 2 years, the tax revenue coming in are very volatile. We see that there's a significant decrease in property and business tax, but then we do see, there are hotel tax and some other taxes are bouncing back. What we hope to see is stabilize our spending, but continue to keep up with our services and programming. So it's very, very difficult. However, I do believe that with hard work, as we're coming through every single line item in this budget, we're going to find our way.
And what do you hope to accomplish with this year's, with the budget meetings coming up this month?
What I'm hoping for is that we can meet the demands in this moment, but also to build out for the future. I really hope that we solidify the foundation, we make sure that it's solid for us to build for a local economy to thrive again, but also not at the expense of working families. So I think it's really a balanced approach, and it's really what I'm looking for. So I really hope to accomplish to create a foundation for the next 2 years for spending, and that also allow us to have the opportunity to generate tax revenue down the road. But again, not at the expense of working people, so that they end up getting priced out and that not being able to afford the city. Look, businesses, corporate businesses, they actually do need workers too, all around. Our hotels may also need our hotel workers in order for them to thrive.